right, folks, welcome back. Coming to you, as you know, from the communist state of New York. This is Muddy Munitions. I'm Jeff. We might not be saying that opening too long anymore. I think it's time to get the hell out of New York. We'll save that update for the end of this video. But real quick, guys, wanted to get into an unboxing video. I purchased this pistol. Just one of the reasons I'm leaving New York. But just picked up the IWI Jericho 941 FS 910. Bought this pistol on December 16th. Here we are, February 15th, almost 2 months later. Thanks to the communist laws in New York, it took about 8 weeks to pick up this pistol after purchasing it. I'll save that nonsense for the end of the video, but did want to, first off, I'm happy to be back in the home base. Just got back from the Great American Outdoor Show. We'll also talk about that at the end of the video. But, let's get into it. Let's get into what's in the box. Comes in a nice hard case. Has the IWI logo on it. The price on this in New York was $625. I got it for a little bit of a discount. And basically, what you get in pretty much any box. You get the lock. The pistol did come nicely wrapped in blue. Now, I did open it already because I had to open it at the gun shop and make sure the serial number and everything else matched. It came with two 10-round magazines. That's one of the disadvantages of being in a communist state is 10-round magazines. But anyway, I really like these magazines. These are aluminum. They're not plastic. I do have snap caps in this. I'm going to show a little bit of the trigger pull and things like that. And let's get to, before we open the pistol, let me just show you what else it came with. It did come with this little stop tag, which is pretty cool. This was actually on the trigger. It comes with all of your basic stuff. So it came with the instruction manual. I always read these. A lot of valuable information. Every pistol is different. Even some folks might think, a lot of these guns are pretty much the same. They're not. Came with some other things, warranty info, all about keeping your gun safe at home. It also came with, which I already put on my gun safe, the IWI sticker. I love companies. I might be corny, but I love companies to take the time to throw in a sticker. And without further ado, let's get to what you guys came to see. Look at this bad boy. Jericho 941 FS 910. This is a 9mm. This is, I believe that this was manufactured in around 2021. It's what I preferred. I preferred the one with the nickel-plated barrel. Yes, the nickel-plated barrel. It's also a polygon barrel compared to the newer ones that have the black barrel and went more with the normal rifling. This gun is a beauty. The F stands for frame mounted safety. I've been a big fan of IWI for years. A bunch of other companies named this pistol something different. This is called the IWI Jericho for the 5th time, but which was a surprise to me. I never knew that Mossberg actually owned this back in the day. Mossberg used to call it the Uzi Eagle. That's a little bit of a stretch. Magnum Research, you guys know that make the full, the Desert Eagle, owned this, and they called it the Baby Eagle. And if you look at it, it does have resemblance right there, the way that the front of the barrel is cut. Like I said, this is the steel frame. It's heavy, but I like it. This is my first steel frame pistol. Everything else that you guys see is polymer. I got another edition coming soon, and that will probably take about another month because it's already been a month. But really love this gun. This is the 9mm. IWI Jericho used to make this in 45 caliber, 40, and 41 AE. I believe that those are discontinued, at least in the steel frame. I could be wrong. That's something I would have to look into. Now, it's funny. Like I said, I've been a big fan of this gun for a long time. What I didn't realize is there's a lot of folks out there that love this pistol because of some anime show called Cowboy Bebop. Never heard of it until I started seeing other videos on this. That gun, instead of being an F model for frame mounted safety, it would have an R, and that's for the rail mounted, not rail, slide mounted safety. Personally, I've never seen Cowboy Bebop. I know this gun from movies like War Dogs, the opening scene when Bradley Cooper had it pointed at one of the guy's heads, and he quoted and said, "Hey, that's a Jericho 941 pointed at my head." This gun has also been in a ton of other movies, TV shows, and things like that. If you Google it, there's really a big list of what comes up. So, as always, I just took down a few notes. I want to cover everything. The trigger pull on this. Let me put in the mag. Gun is unloaded. I always say it on all my videos. My guns are always unloaded. The slide on this is so smooth. You guys know another thing that led me to getting this pistol. I'm a big fan of CZ. And CZ and IWI, they have that same slide. It sits inside of the frame. The rails sit inside of the frame. So, I love my double action, single action pistols. I like my striker fired as well, but there's just something about a classic double action, single action pistol. So I showed you the gun is unloaded. I am going to put in the magazine with snap caps. Those are not live rounds. And the reason I do that, all you CZ guys know, let me just grab my CZ again real quick. If you dry fire these pistols too much, this pin right here, and I forgot the exact name of it. I should have had that ready, but that pin you're going to have to replace if you do a lot of dry firing. So I don't like dry firing any of my guns too much. So for that reason, I have a snap cap in here. The double action on this pistol, and I'll show you that, on the steel frame, it varies between 12 to 14 pounds. See that? Very smooth. Really smooth, the double action on this. Let me go ahead and show you the single action. They say that comes in at about 4 to 5 pounds. Personally, I think it's lighter, which I like, but there's the double action. Let's rack the slide. We got a snap cap in there. Here's the reset, guys. Right there, very audible. No take up. Look at that. Boom, right back on it. Let me show you again. Reset. Whew, beautiful, audible, tactile, very crisp. Right back on that single action. Really, really impressed. I did not get this to the range. That will be the follow-up video. I'm hoping to get to the range tonight. I want to get through 500 rounds, minimum 300 rounds. We'll try to do 500 the first time. As far as the size of the pistol, just to give you guys a little background, the barrel is 3.8 inches. The overall length is about 7.6 inches. The FS model, you can tell, has a shorter barrel than the other model, the full size. A quick way to identify that is you'll see this piece of the rail is more forward where the other one actually sticks out a little bit. I believe it's about an inch difference. The height on this gun is 5.5 inches. Let me just show you that too. Look at the grip. It's got a nice pattern there. It's not checkered, but it does have, does have the grip over there. Like I said, the barrel is 3.8 inches. It is the nickel-plated barrel. One of the other folks that I was following on YouTube, Hamilton Outdoors, cool guy. When it comes to pistols, I'm always interested in when was the pistol made, looking up serial numbers, call me a nerd, whatever it is. But the guy from Hamilton was able to tell me from his, it's funny, Our serial numbers are only 10, probably separated by 10 numbers, so they are right on the factory line together. But for anyone out there that owns an IWI Jericho, if you want to figure out when it was produced or imported into the US, these are made in Israel, which I love. You can just call IWI, give them the serial number, and they will tell you that. So Hamilton Outdoors, big shout out, because this was very tough to find online compared to other pistols. Let me just give you an example. All you CZ guys out there, and I really don't care about showing my serial number on the gun, but if you look on the slide, you'll see next to this triangle, there's a 23. Actually, 20, is that a 23? It's a 22. Either way, CZ makes it very simple. That's the year that your pistol was made. So you can quickly just look at the slide and say, oh, okay, that was made in 2022. For me, it's just interesting to find out when these things were made, if there's any issues or any problems with previous batches, whatever. The IWI Jericho, to me, has nicer sights than what my P07 came with. It has combat sights. They're adjustable for windage. It's the 3-dot system, very bright white dots. The actual width of the gun is about 1.5 inches. It's actually a little slimmer than my P07 as well. Ergonomics, and this is what, you CZ guys know it, right? And like I said, IWI is very comparable, but I love the way that this gun feels. I love the weight actually of it. I love the way it sits in the hand. This so far is the most comfortable pistol that I own by far. That's just me. Everybody's different. Another thing compared to the newer models, like I said, this is a little older. This is what I wanted with that nickel-plated barrel. And it also has, I'm pointing the gun, yes, at the TV, but nobody's here in person, and it's unloaded. The other thing, when you go ahead, and I'll show you that in the video once we shoot it, but there's a little line here. So the actual slide, when you pull it out, is 2 pieces instead of 1. That's another thing I was a fan of. I did want that 1-piece slide. So, I really don't want to extend this video out too much. Like I said, this is really just an unboxing video. We'll get it down to the range. We'll get off some rounds. And now on to some exciting updates from the channel. So first off, we're about to hit 1,000 subscribers. Might happen this week, and I've only been doing this 6 months. Appreciate, much love, much respect for all you guys to take the time out of your day to follow me, comment, everything else. I can't believe we're at 1,000 subs already, or we will be. We'll do a special little celebration. There's a few of you folks I want to call out, my most loyal subs. So thanks for sticking around. Big announcement number 2. As you guys know, I do my intro. Welcome, from coming to you from the communist state of New York. You guys can probably tell, but I fucking had it, excuse my language, with this state, with the way that they're running it. I have for a long time. I'm committing this will be the last year, most likely, that I'm in New York, or at least where I'm at. I might go upstate, but possibly looking at Pennsylvania right now as we speak. I went to look at a place yesterday out there. I'm going to look at some more places this weekend. And the other possibility is Florida. Maybe going down to Florida, renting for a year, saving up a little bit more, and then buying something in PA, because I do want to have some property. I want to have a little range and things like that. So, guys, we'll celebrate that together as soon as I get out of this shithole that they call New York. Third, pretty cool, exciting announcement for me, for such a small channel. Got invited to GunCon. Really, really amazed at that. If you go follow, or if you're already following the Gun Collective, they put on an amazing event in Iowa. It's almost a mini SHOT Show. So I reached out to those folks. They got back to me. Really just says something about the 2A community once again. And I'm not trying to draw, extend this video out, but I think everyone watching can really appreciate we get such a bad rap as gun owners, as a 2A community. We're frowned upon in the media. It's all these bullshit narratives, and it's the most friendly community out there. The 2A community does more for charities, more for kids, more for people in need than any other group of people out there. I would take that to the bank and I would bet money on it. So want to shout out folks like the Gun Collective, all the other folks that take time to get back to someone that's just really getting started in this space and invite me to some of their big events. So can't wait to see you in June. We're going to get out there. We're going to get a lot of content for that. I just got back from the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, PA. It was the first time I had a press pass, first time interviewing anybody. Listen, this channel is about steady growth. So keep watching me, and the content's going to get better. It's going to get more polished. But as you know, I don't care. I'll dive right into shit that I've never done, and really met some cool people. So I just want to call a few of those folks out. I met with the guys at 717 Armory. These guys are based in PA, veteran-owned, really doing some cool stuff. I met with the president of EAA, did an interview with him. Guys, I uploaded about 12 videos last week, specifically from the show, interviewing some of these folks. Keith, the president of EAA, awesome guy, walked me through their Witness 2311 and some other things. Met with the folks at SAR Firearms. Juan Martinez, big shout out. You were awesome. One of my favorite guys too. Met with a guy named Cody at Diamondback Firearms. Diamondback is doing some really cool things. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm just giving honest opinions of folks that I met with and took the time to meet with me. And we're going to do some future stuff. I'm going to get back down to Diamondback. We're going to check out that new revolver they have, the SDR. The list goes on and on. Met with a cool guy, Francis, at Foxtrot. This guy's bringing in, importing some of the old Beretta it was the BM59s. Really interesting gun what these guys are doing. I'm going to try to get up and we'll do a more in-depth review with him. But just wanted to call out a few of those guys. A guy named Rick from CVA. CVA that does the bolt-action rifles and hunting stuff, which I'm just getting into. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. This was just an unboxing. We'll do, like I said, we'll get down to the range. I'll put that video up. I also got some new grips for the IWI. I'm not going to put them on yet. I got grips from Lock. Check these bad boys out. We'll do that in a separate video. I want to see how it shoots first with the grips it came with before I throw those on. So I'll show you that. And that's it. That's it. So I'll wrap it up. Thanks so much. As you can tell, I'm pretty excited to be growing the channel out. Stay 2A safe. Thanks for watching, and see you folks soon.